Oh,
That's what Gary told me. Ready?
yeah.
Thanks for coming, everybody, tonight. We're going to go ahead and call the August 3rd, 2026 Area Plan Commission meeting to order. First item of business will be the reading, correction, and approval of the minutes from the July 13th, 2026 meeting.
I'll make a motion, we approve July 13th minutes to the meeting.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor? Opposed? 6-0. The second item of business will be the rezone request of Zachary Linsky of Sullivan Development LLC on behalf of North Highway 3 Property LLC. They would like to rezone 3075 North State Highway 3 from agriculture to residential multifamily for a proposed 50-unit multifamily housing development.
Thank
Hello.
you. Yes, appreciate your time. Thank you, everybody, for your consideration. Zach Linsky with Sullivan Development, Lacey Wilson, who represents the property owner. Just a quick kind of overview. You guys are, I'm sure, already caught up. We were in front of the Essential Services Committee on, I guess it was about 2 weeks ago. We got a favorable recommendation, I believe, right?
Yes.
Correctly. Lacey here actually rezoned the property. It's been a little bit over 2 years to PDMX. And that zoning would have actually accommodated our use, more or less, with maybe some variances and things needed. However, because there was not a final plan approved within 2 years of that rezoning, that led us to have to come back here now for a rezoning. Instead of going back through the PDMX route, we decided to go through the multifamily route. A little about the project. We actually, I know, was anyone here on the Essential Service Committee? No. Okay. One of the requests on that committee meeting was that I speak with the city's engineer, which I've done. I had a great conversation with Tim Hunt last week from HWC. He was actually very supportive of this location and this use. Said all the utilities are there. Also, the parcel immediately to the east. It's a little confusing, but there's that little chunk out of our area in blue there that's actually NDOT owned, even though the state highway is now city, it's under the jurisdiction of the city. He said, if we need access or things like that, they're happy to work with us on that. That was his opinion. So that was really good feedback when I spoke to him. He was on Wednesday last week. I think what else. This site has a great location, and it's really close to a lot of jobs, which is why why we found it and thought it made a lot of sense. I've also spoken to the Ohio Valley Opportunities Incorporated, if you all know those folks. They own the parcel. They're actually basically a neighbor. If you go southeast of the property where it says 3040 there, I think that's their property, if I'm not mistaken. And they were very supportive and actually excited about our development. And they have a Head Start facility right there that they operate. I'm trying to think any other all the items. Answer questions. We're a developer out of Carmel, Indiana. I should have probably led with that since it's a new group of folks. Although I live in Louisville, so I'm a little closer than that, personally. So if there's any issues, I'll be up here, basically bring the phone out here in an hour. We've been doing this for about 4 years as a company, but the head of our company has been doing this for over 20 years. We're long-term owners. We build, we hold on. We're not going to sell this like in 2 years or something. It's not our business model. We have a development right now that our first one that we finished was in Winamac, Indiana. It was about 34 units. It's fully open, and we had the support of the city, or actually the town rather, up there, working with the mayor. We have another one under construction in Lagodi. Right now it's about pretty similar to this one, about 50 units. And then we have one in Indianapolis as well going on. It's under construction. So that's all to say, very familiar with doing this type of development. I'll take questions.
What kind of apartments are they? Are they income-based or anything, or are they just so?
Yeah, so we, because of the financing we use, it's similar to the one that was in front of you all, I think maybe a month or so ago, maybe it was in May. Similar type of development. We are going for financing from the state. We've applied for it. We won't know if we are receiving the financing or not until sometime in November. but yeah, it's income based. How it works is there's, and you guys heard this all in May, but I believe. But the federal government sets basically what the median income is for the area, in this case Jennings County, on an annual basis, and they say, okay, we will give you this financing to build housing that's affordable to folks making from basically 30 to, in this case, 30 to 60% of the median income in the area. So the thought being that there's a lot of jobs right across the road there, that those folks, a lot of those folks could live in this development. That was our whole kind of case for it, for lack of a better word. Yeah, and I think having access to the jobs, is great, for housing. A lot of times I've heard throughout my career that for businesses in the business park there to grow and to expand, and even just to stay, they need housing for their employees. So that's a big part of, what our focus would be for the development.
So you're bringing your entrances off of 300, County Road 300?
Yeah, currently that's how we showed it. The Central Services Committee, it was mentioned that we should talk to Tim Hunt, who's the city's engineer in North Vernon, to talk about getting access directly onto the former State Highway 3. I'm totally open to that, and from our conversation, it sounded like they could make that happen. So if we can make that happen, I would more than happily do that. I don't have a problem with it. It is in-dot property, it's not city-owned, but he intimated to me that, they've been able to work with INDOT on similar kind of things. There's even a curb cut already shown up there on the north part of the property, interestingly enough. Yeah.
Well, they'll have requirements when you do go to get your permits and stuff, so you'll have requirements to meet, but, yeah.
Other questions from the audience on this?
Yeah, I've got one. Well, 300 is the best now. And you gonna bring more traffic on it?
Well,
That's way too much traffic.
Well, I'll say the parcel was zoned PDMX until just recently, and so that zoning actually would have allowed like a gas station or something to go in there. We're talking about 40 or so apartments, 40, 50 apartments. It's actually going to be a lot less than a lot of other uses. If this was to be industrial, for example, you have trucks going in and out of there all day, look across the state highway or former state highway there. But I understand your point. And that's also why we're trying to get access, having talked to the city engineer to get direct access onto the state highway 3 there.
I think it sucks.
Which there's a pretty
You
good,
can sit down,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
You want to come to the
I'm
podium?
adjacent to the property to the left of it.
Can you come to the podium, sir?
Yes. My name is Larry Embry, and I own the property adjacent to the property in question that they want to rezone. I know the northern part of that land that they have is filled full of big stones and concrete slabs, and there's a pond there that they covered up, and it drains off into my property, and it's wetland on that bottom end, and it's under federal, I believe, for the wetland, because the sewer that they put through, they had trouble with it. So now you're going to have parking for 50 families. If you figure average of 1.5 cars, you're talking 75 vehicles, so you're going to have a large parking area. Where's that water going to go to? And where's the water from the top of the roofs going to go to? Where are you going to drain it? Only place you've got is going to the left on my property, then you're disturbing the waterway.
That gets addressed every development that we have. Like they will have to put detention ponds, and they're not actually allowed to dump. It'll probably be more or less on you than
Where
it's
they
dumped
going
on
to
the
put the detention ponds, because that northern part, you can't go maybe 4 foot, maybe 6 foot down before you get a concrete slab and chunks of rock from where they dumped it.
That's their problem. They're going to have to do
Okay.
it.
yeah.
They can't not.
Before their problem becomes our problem, we want an answer on it.
Yeah.
And on Highway 3, you bring traffic in on 300, you might as well put a roundabout there, because in order, for right now, if you want to go out and go left, you basically have to wait for traffic anytime during the day and go right. Very rarely you can catch a left turn. So you're going to add 50 more houses, vehicles coming in, somebody's going to get killed.
I agree with all of you on that, and I think he sounds like he does too. He would like to put the entrance on Highway 3, but that's something they're going to have to
Well,
work with.
they're going to get opening through MDOT to do it. And they're going to have to pay out the money to have it done because MDOT is going to charge them for it. So,
I don't disagree. It would be
Yeah.
better than having it on your road though.
and the other thing, I have ponds on my property. They put 50 families with kids in there. What we do when their kids come over to our pond and we end up with a drowning kid at my pond or at Gerken's pond up there. Who's going to put a fence up around them? Am I going to be required?
Do you guys put a fence up?
We will if it's necessary, especially on the property line there, if that's a concern.
Child's life is a
Oh,
concern.
totally is. I have a child of my own, believe me.
Okay,
I share that concern.
but we need to get this figured out before we go passing for rezoning and make this a real mess, because it's going to bring down the value of our properties down through there based upon income level. Are they going to go higher income level, mid-income level, or rock bottom income level? And it says that based upon the working person, okay, Jennings County average wage is about $40,000 to $60,000 a year. Is that the wage that they're going to go off from?
It's kind of what he said.
It's a range, but we will have.
What's the range?
I can give you the range. So on the high end, it depends on the family size, but on the high end, you might have units as much for family of 4. You might have folks making as much as almost $51,000. And on the lower end, there are folks making about 25. But it's a wide range along that continuum. It's trying to serve folks, that are working across there, that are working.
There's not enough work at the factory to support the people moving in there, because that factory stays full of employees. They don't have a high turn rate. Then the next place that you have is a machine shop. Well, you're not going to get a lot of people from your housing addition going to the machine shop. Then you've got the daycare.
Over 80 kids.
Yeah.
Traffic for that.
You're going to have a lot of traffic in the mornings and the evenings. So somebody needs to look at the big picture. And that's what we're doing, and trying to prevent somebody from getting hurt, especially one of our children. That's all I've got for right now.
Thanks.
Yes, sorry about that. I got a petition with the names of the people that lives on the road that was signed that I want to turn over to you. Thank you.
As residents, I'm pretty much what we don't want this.
That's for sure.
Plain and simple.
Even if they have an entrance off of 3,
We don't care about the
So you're gonna bring in 50 families in there, you're going to increase the crime in that area. We don't want it. You can see what's going on. You got all their guns house, and that's not.
multi-purpose housing always has issues.
Yep.
I've been in the rental business for over 40 years. I've just managed multi-apartments, I've managed rentals. I'm telling you, there's always issues. And we own the farm on that land, on that road. What's left of it after the state got these divided.
Thing is, if you bring in units, these people have no ownership, they don't care how it's kept or anything else. Management not kept up on it, it'll turn into a dump real quick. If you put single houses in there, selling them, that'd be a different story, because people don't own, they're gonna take pride in it, they're gonna take care of it.
Right. Respond or am I allowed?
Sure.
Okay, I would just say, I hear your concerns. I wish we would have, communicated, and honestly, I'd like to continue that after this meeting. And I'm not just saying that, I mean that. I would just say that the financing that we use, we have to maintain the apartments. It's not like optional. We have, assuming this moves forward, the amount of oversight that we have from the state, in all one words, is that, we're using up the Winnemac and some other Times with these. That and goes, this is amazing. This sooner. For it to be something that the city, that North Vernon has pride in, and that people into the background, which is also how we did our site plan, and we're trying to, you know, be as far east as we can on there, detention. And
Sure. Sure.
Yeah, there's information on it.
so currently it's 1 2-story building, 1 3-story. It's not final, still very early, you know, stages.
And this is all contingent on you getting approval from the state, isn't that correct? The funding, if you don't get that funding, it's not gonna go.
Yeah, at least not as currently contemplated, that's for sure. It's very hard to raise funding to build apartments of any kind right now, or any type of housing. Probably everyone in this room knows it's a very challenging time for any type of housing, whether it be single family or otherwise, multi-family.
So this is part of the problem here.
Yeah.
And this is where you're proposing?
No. Here, let's go. There you go.
Yeah, that's my point. You see that on that plot. It's only using up half the property, and then I'm sure there'll be retention ponds and all that for the water, stay and they can do that.
And
Then it's gonna leave more room by the highway, which they'll definitely have to bring them out this way. They're not gonna let them access the highway by, at 750. So
Well,
if
that's
they
pretty
add
far
more
down.
later, they're definitely gonna have to come that way. That needs to be considered. That's my only point. I own properties at the end of that road. I have 7 houses there. They're all rentals. It's kept and maintained. 3 of them brand new within the last 3 years. I don't oppose it for that. I just oppose it if they're gonna try to fill up that whole lot and add more than what they're saying.
Well, they said it was in a wetland.
Yeah, part of that currently is actually, that northern part is wetland, so we can't even develop part of that area. I'm not like, I don't have any plans to develop, I'm being completely honest, I don't have any plans to develop the rest of it currently, or our company doesn't. We're just focused on this phase. That would be a conversation, I guess, you know, different conversation, but I will tell you there's wetlands like up here somewhere.
I just want to make it if it's okay that they can't build
And
in
if
the
they do
wetland
decide
park.
to build it,
Because they're gonna have to shove the people for sure out that way, yeah. That's my only concern. You come out at the end of 300, and you got the daycare and all that factory and that. I mean, if they're gonna come out on 300, they need a roundabout there, or there's gonna be accidents, there's a lot of traffic.
Well, Brad, if we rezone it, can we put a stipulation that they cannot come out on the 300?
I don't think so on a rezoning, no. I mean, you're just looking at the, changing the use, so
Because I agree it'd be better on the highway, and it would be best like right there across from the entrance on the other side of the highway.
Yeah, we can,
I don't like staggers all the way down the
yeah,
highways.
if we can help that, I agree.
let me say this, I mean, as you know, you're just making a recommendation here today. You could, I
Yes.
suppose you could make that recommendation, but then is this in the city limits? And it's ultimately up to the city council, and they'll have to be advised by their council.
Did you guys all hear that?
Or
Like,
they-
we're a recommendation board. Like, whether we approve it or deny it, it goes to the city of North Vernon, to the city council for approval. Like, we're just a recommendation board.
And I'll just add, I mean, there was talk at Central Services about having 2 entrances if possible. So if nothing else, hopefully we can get the one on former North Highway 3, but there still may be need for, like, I don't know, the city may say we still want you to have a backup entrance on 300, but that's not your primary, or something like that. So I just want to make sure that was.
I don't see how you can improve anything without knowing exactly what they're gonna build.
Well, we're just rezoning the property.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like it's not an easy decision for anybody up here, I can tell you, because we've just heard in the last couple of months, like right now it's zoned agriculture, right next to you guys that are all residential. We just had that 2 months ago, where we were out in the county and there was a house that was, they were both actually residential, but they had a bunch of farm stuff on the residential and the neighbor didn't like it. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. Like right now it's ag. If I would live right next to it, I wouldn't want ag right next to it.
You got ag right next to that property.
That whole side,
Our
ag.
farm, everything on the north side is
All that's agricultural on that side.
Yeah.
I'll also say my understanding is the group that came in front of y'all in May also had ag. I don't know if that's the one you're talking about. And also,
No, I was talking about a different
Yeah.
one.
And that one was actually had more single family and such, kind of more neighbor, kind of more issues and
Yes.
more, I'd say, challenging access.
Any other questions?
So even if we approve it, rezoning, it's still, they have to come back to us with a plan and that all has to get approved. So just by rezoning it,
It doesn't.
when they get the development plans, they don't, like the detention areas and all that won't come
I mean,
back?
it'll go through the permit process.
Permit process, so it'll be
Not to
reviewed.
us.
It won't come back here.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
sir.
all.
But if you rezone and they don't get it at the city level, it's still rezoned for
No,
commercial or
no,
some
it's
type
not.
of housing.
No, Larry, no, the city council has to find
I don't know if you heard earlier too when you was talking, like this was zoned multifamily PUD
PDX,
2 years ago.
Yeah, but 2 years ago, they didn't show up for the first meeting, so no one else come to the second one to voice their opposition to it. We are now.
I don't know what you mean, but it came through just like it's coming through now. Like it came through, it had to be rezoned. And so letters would have been sent out then, and 2 years ago. So for 2 years, it's been zoned, kind of what he's saying, multifamily PUD, where then, when they got their plan, it would have came back before us, but now it's just going multifamily, so it's not any different than it's been for 2 years, really.
And actually, just to add to that, I would say PDMX, it would have allowed a lot of commercial uses that would have had a lot more traffic, like a gas station, for example, or a convenience store, et
That's
cetera.
what I'm
The station wouldn't be coming in on 300 North either.
I know, I'm just saying, if the site had been developed under that zoning, it could have been developed, so that's a lot more intense from a traffic perspective, is all I'm saying.
Any other questions out there?
If you rezone it, what about the entrance? You still, possibility of having it on 300?
Sounds like there's a possibility, but would rather have it on 3.
Well,
Yeah.
we might have some kind of assurance that it wouldn't be on there. We don't want it at all. but for sure-
Well, that's what I asked, but I guess we can't put that stipulation on.
If you drove down 300,
Oh, I understand what you're saying.
And I'll say the one that came in front of y'all, I think it was in May, was on Henry Avenue or Henry Road, which had, say, even more challenging access perhaps. But I understand your point, sir, and I totally, if I could promise that, and I could just get that access on, that would
if you
be.
promise that, we shouldn't be going forward with this.
The challenge is I can't promise it because we don't own that parcel, and then it's owned by NDOT, so we have to work through their process. But that would be our goal, would be to do that.
You said some of the units could possibly be 3-story high.
Yes.
We have fire trucks that can support 3-story buildings.
So,
Yeah, city does, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
city does.
That's right down the road, yeah. They
To
do.
them?
I think it would be a price if you went to the city.
Well, it don't matter what we say here tonight, no matter what it is, it's going to the city.
Yeah, I'll put it on, whether it comes up 3, yeah. And even if we approve it, that could be the city the city council can put stipulations on it
Yeah.
there.
So,
So those stipulations, worried about, you know, being on 300, could be by the city could put stipulations that they have to come off 3.
Anybody going from you, bring that up to the city, or does it have to be?
This has to go from here to the city.
Well, somebody up there will tell the city that it's a bad idea, or it's up to us.
It'll be up to us to voice our opinion.
I think you guys should be telling that. Just,
I always attend the meetings and let them know what the discussion was.
Yeah.
But I would suggest you come to that meeting as well. That'll be on August the 10th.
Yeah, no matter how we vote, I would definitely show up there because they can vote different than us.
I realize that, but I'm just saying, that there should be some kind of stipulation in there.
They get notes just like we got on the essential service meeting that he was talking about.
The meeting's at August the 10th, at what time and where?
It's 6 o'clock at the city hall.
What happens if
Okay.
you delay program?
Excuse me,
If you don't rezone it, then what happens?
it stays ag.
That we would have to, well, again, it's regardless what we vote, it's the city would have to vote no and then it would stay ag.
I would just say is, you know, there's a lot of people in this room that need this housing really badly, and they can't be here because they're working, they're watching kids, they're,
Or they didn't know anything about it.
or they didn't do anything about it. I say that, I know this, every property, every conversation is different, but I just think it's important to keep that in mind for everyone in the room. I mean, yeah, I know it's a big issue, like around the country right now, there's just not housing for.
But that's not gonna stay ag.
No, it's not gonna stay ag. It
That's not
may
gonna
be,
stay ag, that's gonna
It's
go,
going
that's gonna,
commercial.
something's going there.
yeah.
Correct.
So what?
And if you look at the
Hold on a
apartment,
second, we got a question there.
You guys have the largest daycare center right there beside OBO Head Start. There's over 80 kids getting dropped off there in the morning and the afternoon.
Plus Ann Lee's right beside it.
Plus OBO. And then you have no sidewalks for them to walk. Lowe's is a 20-minute walk. Martin Ray is an hour walk from that road. It's not close to businesses. A&M, whatever, the old bus factory, they don't hire. They're full all the time. So the jobs he's talking about, they don't have.
For all we know, a lot of those folks are driving further away currently to get to those jobs.
Because they're further away, they're not here. You want to bring something in, get work going up to GT industry, get them back up and going, so they can employ people. Then you have a reason for that apartment complex someplace.
Even MVIC's down
Yeah.
4 days a week. They don't have to work.
Any other questions up here?
Do I?
Does anybody have a question or
No,
motion?
we're just figuring out how to get this rolling a little bit.
We'll make a motion.
Well, I want to say something first.
All right, if you want to talk, can you come back up here to the podium?
Okay.
Get your pen.
I just, we live on the farm on 300 North, and I understand, as I said, I've been in the rental business for 40 years. I understand how it works, multi-purpose, everything. And I know that this county needs housing for the low income, I understand that. But 300 North, most of the people on there are in their 50s, 60s, 70s age. We do not want an apartment complex there with people in it. I know there'll be issues. I know there'll be trouble. You can't guarantee me, look at the one across from the high school. I know all about it. Got family living there. So we don't want that. And you can't guarantee it's not going to go there with low income for the prices that you're going to pay. So these people, me, the rest of them, we don't want it. Plain and simple. You can bring up all the good stuff that you want about it, the work, exits, the entrances. We don't want it. People there don't. That's the bottom line to it.
Chad, keep one thing in mind, there's 6 of you here,
Right.
and it takes 5 to pass it or 5 to deny it.
I was thinking that earlier.
So, just always remember that.
So with that, so like instead of going to like a 3-3 vote or a 4-2, like it's got to be 5-1. We have to have 5 votes for or against before it moves on to the city. So with that in mind, can we do what Dave did?
Can't we just move it to the
You
citizens?
just-
Set it on the city?
This is different than that last one, Dave.
I know.
That-
I already knew that, but I thought that's.
Okay.
Yeah.
That had to do with something else, so,
Yeah.
no. It's a good try.
That's a gift.
Now you know what
Because I'm
we're doing.
guessing on this, there's a good chance it might be not. And then it comes back here next month. So we got to have a motion.
I mean, assuming, Chad, assuming you're gonna have 89 next month, but you don't know that.
My only concern, Chad, is, I know something's gonna go there.
I know.
Talking to you guys.
Yeah.
I know something's gonna go there. So right down the road, you got the one that absolutely.
Yes, they just built. It's nice.
They're having a discussion, if you guys,
Then you
Yeah.
have, and it's massive, so you got that. So then you have the one we just approved about a month ago, the 40 unit one over by the hospital. And that's basically the same stuff. And about 2 years ago, we made a motion to approve, to make it commercial. And it didn't, nothing happened with that. Because I could see it being commercial, because I thought that was the long-term plan through there. And that's the reason I pushed that last time, Larry, because that is the comprehensive plan, I'm pretty sure, in that area. And so, and that bugs me, if you overload something, get too much of something, how are you ever gonna be successful with anybody gonna be successful with what they're doing? Does that make any sense? Huh? And that's the only concern that I've got. The bottom line is, if I say I don't agree with it, and I really don't agree with it, because of what they're putting in there. If it was houses, I could see it, I don't even I could see that, because that's supposed to be commercial property through there, that's what we all talked about couple of years ago.
So you're saying
Either
there's
way,
a
it doesn't
committee?
matter how I feel, it's going to the city, the city's going to make a decision anyway. So, yes.
I don't really agree with it either, but I know something's gonna go there
Yeah,
sometime. Something will go there.
and I don't want anybody to fail, I want everybody to be successful, but we're here to make the tough decisions. And to me, you see what I'm saying? We got all these people building all these apartments. It's not gonna be full, there's not enough business here to keep it full.
And they're contingent on the same thing they are. If they don't get approved by the state, they're not gonna build. The other ones, the 44 is not gonna be built.
Yeah, so we're gonna.
So, and there's a good chance a lot of them's not gonna get approved.
State's
So-
not gonna approve both of them.
They're not gonna approve both.
Correct. Am I, can I?
I mean-
I don't want to interrupt the discussion. No, I hear your.
I don't wanna hurt anyone, but we went through this, and it was hard for me to approve it last time, because I got a lot of friends out here that didn't want it. But it made sense, what you wanted to do last time. I don't think this makes sense to me.
Not right there, right now.
No.
I will say this one, the access does make more sense than the other, but I mean, I understand your point of view. I would say the reason why, we were looking at Jennings County in North Vernon, just like the other developer that was here a couple months ago, is because there hasn't been enough new housing built. That's, the way the state incentivizes, the financing is they say, hey, if you're going to a place that hasn't had this built in over 15 years, which is a long time, there's not a lot of places like that in the state, that meet that kind of test. So that's why they were, I think they made sure that that's why they were looking here, and, I'm sort of, not too far away, so I understand that, the development's happening down in southern Indiana, and, but yeah.
Well, in the study from the schools, we're saying we needed 200 and some homes. They were getting 100 of them, 111 at the Heritage subdivision. So that's half of them. And I can see why some of them are looking for apartments. affordable apartments, because if you go out to Apsley's, there's a price tag on them out there, and that's why they're not full. They're 60–70% full. I just talked to them about it. So we need affordable housing. So that's why I have heartburn, because we need it. If you look at the school, the kids, the amount of kids that we have today is dropped way off, and it's declining because we don't have housing. And sooner or later, if we don't bring some new people in or make it a more housing part, what are they going to do? I mean, that's where I struggle. I have a hard time because, it may not be the best place to put an apartment, but I struggle because we need them.
It's if it's gonna be low income, you're gonna have people that's gonna have kids that's walking, it would make more sense. By the dang schools where there's already some of the infrastructure there, you've already got sidewalks. You got 0 sidewalk from there to a store, to a gas station, anything.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm not.
Yeah, when it was put in city limits, they made everybody hook the water and sewer, and they tore that 300 old pieces, it's still tore up, never been fixed. And we don't have any sidewalks, then you wanna add that to it too. I mean, if we're gonna develop this and make it housing, let's put sidewalks to it. You want to make it city limits, let's make it city limits, let's make it sidewalks, crosswalks, ADA acceptable. I mean, you've got that on the other part of town already, there's empty fields right across from all the schools that make sense. I proposed it, got shut down.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
I had the best plan in this town for this town, but some of the people, I'm not gonna go into it.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, this town lost by me not doing it. That's the bottom line.
I agree with all that was
Yeah.
said, but I also agree with what was said earlier, that something's gonna go there. So if this doesn't go there, someone's gonna go there, and then you're all gonna be back in there again, because that road's probably gonna be used at some point.
We'll fight that fight then.
I mean, it's too
But we don't
nice
have
of a
enough
piece of
industry
property.
around here.
Sorry, what?
We don't have enough industry around here to need that many more apartments.
I know, that's what I'm saying. If it's commercial, it's gonna be worse.
Well, shouldn't the industry come first?
There's houses needed. I mean, I get 5 calls a day. There's definitely a shortage of houses.
Somebody will make a
People
motion.
moving to other.
I think we beat this thing to
Well, if
death.
Yeah.
there's a motion, it falls for lack of motion.
He'll come back next month.
Well, then we'll make a motion that, I wanna make a motion that we deny it.
I second it.
You
I
said-
second it.
Any other discussion?
There will tell you this, because I don't think that's the right place for it.
Yeah, I don't
If
either.
it comes back in here for commercial, I'll let everybody know I'll vote for it.
I would vote for
Yeah.
commercial too.
But that's all I have.
Yes.
And we won't fight you on that.
So we got a motion, a second. Any further discussion from the board? Any other discussion?
I'm allowed to?
Sure.
Say something here? I
Sure.
was just gonna say, I think if the main issue is traffic and if people are for commercial, I just want to reiterate that commercial's gonna have a lot more vehicles than any, 40, 50 unit apartment development has relatively little impact on roads, especially on this former state highway. I just want to make sure that's in people's brains.
That wasn't my argument at all.
So we got a motion, and a second. All those in favor of denying the request? Four. All those against denying the request?
I'm gonna abstain. I'm not voting.
Two
I'm not
abstaining.
getting into it.
So 402, it comes back next month anyway. So we will see you back here next month. We got a 9-member board, some of them couldn't make it.
Yeah.
We have to have 5 votes one way or the other before it does anything. So it's gotta come back here next month before it goes to the city.
Gotcha.
That meeting will be on Wednesday, September 9th.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
your time.
Yep.
Thanks everybody for coming in. Third item of business will be the approval denial of a 1989 Clayton mobile home for Brandon Beeman. The mobile home is currently at 1240 West County Road 115 South and is being moved to 5015 East US Highway 50 Bonneville.
We had this last time. Didn't we have this last time?
Yeah, you don't like it.
Is Brandon here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It got tabled last month.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Has Danny seen this one?
Yes.
Say Danny has seen it.
Yeah, he said it's in very good shape.
Said very good. Any
You
questions?
have to let them know kind of what you're doing.
What it is, my mother-in-law is disabled. And what we're doing is, her mom got put in a nursing home, and the mobile home, we're trying to move it to the property so she's close to us, so my wife can take care of her, and she's just right there in the backyard.
She lives in it now.
Hmm.
They're just
Yeah,
moving
it's
it
all been updated, it has
closer
a metal
to
roof on it, has metal underpinning around it. It's, like I said, it's all been updated.
So there's a house on 5015 now.
Yeah, my home does now.
They're gonna sell.
That's where you live?
property.
Yeah, that's where me and my wife live.
They're gonna what?
Her mom
Yeah.
is gonna sell the property where the mobile home is now.
Okay.
So they don't have to parcel it off and have a bunch of issues. They're gonna move it closer to them so that they can help take care of her.
But I'm looking at 5015 on an aerial view, and there's a house on that property, right?
Yes.
They're allowed to have two if it's family. Or more than
I
one.
meing, obviously, you're gonna have to have the septic approved and all of
Yeah,
that, but.
which, we have city sewer and everything, and which.
Oh, you do have sewer?
Yeah, we have city
Must be
sewer.
right.
And when I took the sewer, because I got sewer myself, I left,
On the highway?
Yeah,
stepped
right on
up,
50.
that way we was running.
Which one? There's on, that's
Okay.
5015.
Did you guys hear that?
Right before.
He's on sewer,
Right.
so, he said that he's already fixed it where they could have two there if needed. Obviously, that would all, we would have to get a permit for that, saying that they can't do that.
I make a motion, we approve moving the trailer.
I'll second it. Any other
Where are you?
discussion?
Oh, it's too late or what?
No.
Where are you setting it on that property?
It's gonna be back behind where the garage is. There's enough room in between my garage and the property right there behind me to actually sit it, to sit long ways, like with the highway.
Oh, must be gonna be right there. Okay.
You'll have to meet setbacks and all of that. All the
Yes.
requirements will stay the same.
Yes. Okay.
Any other questions? Got a motion and a second to allow it to be moved. All those in favor? Opposed? 5-1. Thanks for coming in.
Make sure you come in and get your permits, okay?
All right.
Thank you.
Fourth item of business will be the show cause hearing on case number 741 owned by Dennis Carmichael Jr. located at 3060 North Washington Street, Butlerville.
So, this was brought before the commissioners a few months, actually been a little while ago, and the commissioners sent the lady that was complaining to us. This is on barking dogs only. It's the noise ordinance that we kind of dealt with some years ago. order from him to know what his plan was or what the real issue is, so that's where we're at with this
Because
case.
the letter didn't state what the reason for the solicitor, I had no idea what it was until just now.
Do you have a lot of dogs?
Huh?
Do you have a lot of dogs
I have 7.
all outside?
Yes.
Are they loud?
I have one that's a little loud. I've been training him for a while, trying to get him not to bark, because he is kind of high pitched. You know, the other one's the only time they usually bark is if when neighborhood dogs go out, or if there's somebody running around out there at night, or Amish drive a horse by some reason they don't like the Amish horse. They have a cow every time it trots by. But typically, you know, a few months back, there was kind of something going on out there with somebody walking around there. Sheriff's department was out there, and I went out and looked to see what was going on, and they would have to stop somebody out there, you know, they see bark and stuff. Usually, they mostly only bark when they see or hear something else or something. Sometimes there's some strange noises out there and stuff. Some of those times it's the military from the training center and stuff, and, you know, we do get some random noises. Sometimes we do set the dog off occasionally, and sometimes it's my dog. There's dogs both directions from me that also bark sometimes as well, too.
Is it all fenced in and they just run in the fence?
Yes.
Is there somebody here against this one? Okay, can you sit down, sir?
Yeah.
I have another neighbor that was supposed to be here, but she's busy at the moment. So I don't know if you want me to read my letter I read the first time, or you just want me to explain.
They got a copy.
You got a copy, okay. So, you know, I try to be nice to my neighbors, you know, and do what I can do, but it's a nuisance. They bark constantly. Like, even if there's nothing out there and the wind blows the wrong way, they're barking. The neighbor that kind of lives behind him at, like, catty corner, I would say, she would tell you the same thing. Like, they bark when there's nothing even out there. They cornered my neighbor that lives beside me in her car. She did not report it. But the neighbor lives behind him. Her son actually got in his car, and because he lives right next to her, and drove down the road so they would follow him, and she could get out of her car. But she didn't report it, so we can't say they can't do anything about it. I mean, sometimes it'll go for hours. Sometimes it'll go for days.
Has Danny been out?
So in Vernon, you can only have 5 dogs, right?
There's
There's no ordinance. That's the problem.
There's a clause in the ordinance that says there can't be unreasonable noise
Yeah.
coming from a
And
property.
like in my letter, I stated, I have terminal cancer, you know, and, you know, I mean, having, like, you know, just sitting there with everything off, you can hear them in my house. You know, I have to turn my TV up to like 20, 25 just to hear it. You know, like I said, I try to be a good neighbor, but it's just, and I've lived there 13 years, and, you know, they have an older dog, and he barks like that constantly. And I always used to tell my daughter when she lived there, I said, is he like trying to catch wolves or something? Because he would always bark at the ground. But it's just like, it's, you know, it's a nuisance. My neighbor's gotten a bark box, and I think they're immune to it.
I understand where you're coming from. It would be hard to live hearing that. Is there anything you can do to stop that?
I've addressed the issue with my dogs, trying to train the one that barks and stuff. And if I hear them, especially at night, I go out there to see what's going on. Sometimes there's animals, sometimes I can't see or hear anything. But I have one that I know is a bit loud because he barks at me when I'm out there feeding him, and whenever I walk back out there, he's quite loud. He's the youngest one. He's only a year and a half old. And the older one, once she was ready to bark around, he's 12, 13 years old. He's probably not going to be with us next month. He's starting to act a little bit different. you know, like my previous dog that passed away a few years ago, getting in that stage where, you know, he doesn't bark at me as much anymore. But the other ones do bark, and as far as the allegation of my dogs cornering somebody, they're always in the fence, so they can't actually get out to corner anybody. You know, I've had the animal control come out there, he inspected the area and stuff like that, found no issue. I've had the police department out there, that's been calling me, they found no issues and stuff like that, dismissed everything. And this has all been this calendar year. So, I mean, I live right there beside the dogs, so I do hear them occasionally, but I don't hear that much. How can people that are substantially farther away from me be hearing the dogs so well unless they've got some kind of listening device trying to hear what's going on in the house or something? You know, I don't understand how that could be. You know.
You don't have any bark collars or anything?
I'm not opposed to getting a bark collar. It's something I've been considering for the one that's really loud. You know, I've been arguing with my daughter.
Well, I mean, we
I
have.
thought about doing it. My daughter has been begging me not to. She said, it's inhumane.
No, it's not. You get one that just vibrates or beeps. We've got one that beeps. If my dog barks, if she's outside, we put that thing on her. She just go inside. She just soon be inside, and as soon as you put that thing on, we just beep it.
I was gonna say the exact same thing, because we got two and one of them barks, and they both got the collars. You can just push it and beep, and then he shuts up.
I've got no problem with doing that. I mean, but I've only heard the ones that shock you. And my daughter, you know, she's an animal lover and stuff. But actually, the older dog is actually her dog, and you know, so.
So like he said, they'll beep, they'll vibrate, and they'll shock, but you
Yeah,
can
I
just
was
beep
not
it.
aware that
and
they
they'll
made those
usually-
kind of, the only ones I've ever heard of over the years has been a shock collar. You know, there's pretty things, whether or not it's human-made or not, you know, and there's so many people getting up harms and stuff like that, you know. You try to do one thing to solve one problem, you create another problem, then, you know, but I'm not opposed to take anything I can to try to get the dogs to not bark so much, especially at night when people sleep. They sometimes, I hear them at night, I usually go out to see what's going on. I got a little sonic handheld devices, and the younger one once barks the loudest. He responds pretty good to it, but he still hasn't figured out that, you know, you can't bark all the time just because it's something different. The neighbors who she referred to that actually live behind me, they got a couple German Shepherds, and they bring them out to walk, and they just kind of let them go. They don't have relations or anything like that. But they'll run up by the fence, you see them picking up along this side, or sometimes around the back side onto my property. So if I don't care, they come over there, they don't bother me. But my dogs do get upset and will bark like crazy for it, because they don't like every dog. But they're seeing another dog coming in, what they perceive to be their area. They don't comprehend that, you know, that fence being on the property line. They just know that there's another dog here that's, you know, there's a territorial thing. That's just, you know. And
I get stuff like that happens, but there is a noise ordinance, so if it's all the time, it can be a
it's
nuisance.
not all the time. I mean, I admit sometimes he does bark, and I usually, sometimes it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm going out there and yelling and telling him to shut up and be quiet. Trying to train him with the word quiet, and I usually take that out with me, and he usually will be quiet, and I'll listen for a little while to see if he does bark, you know, especially at night, you know, people come to sleep. You know, I am trying to train him. You know, but I'm not opposed to getting a bark collar, you know, especially if it's not something that's going to shock him or hurt him.
I definitely
trouble
would
with
do
some
that.
type of animal humane society or something like that, you know. I've tried to find somebody to take a few of these dogs and rehome, but I can't find anybody to do it. I don't want them to be sent off to a shelter to be killed, you know. If I could find somebody who would happily take care of them, I only wanted 3 dogs. That was only my intention. You know, the dog got pregnant, and I realized that she would come in heat when she did, and by the time it was too late. You know, so.
Any other questions, or somebody want to make a motion?
I just wanted to say something else real quick. The neighbor that lives catty corner from him, she's told me that, like, she's went over there before, I don't know, but she's, like, you know, they've been barking constantly, and she'll go over there and sign to him, like, can't hear them. So, I don't know, I just, like I said, you know, it's just,
What can we make a motion on?
So who's she signing to?
What can we make a motion on?
Dog collars.
she's
Well,
one
you
of
could, Marie's
One in
recommendation.
the, double wide with the wood siding.
Hey, Ms. Wilson,
She's going to be the
Marie's
one.
right.
Hey,
Guys, just talk up here.
sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Marie's recommendation is that you give him 30 days to remedy the problem or take the case.
There you go. There you go.
That's what,
that's gonna be my motion, and I'm assuming, I'd say get them bark collars.
I'll second it.
I'll order some bark collars, tonight then. Not a problem.
Is that-
I'll second it.
Tiger too. Any other discussion? All those in favor of giving 30 days and then going to court if it's not remedied?
I
Opposed?
have to abstain.
501. All right, so yeah, you got 30 days, and Daniel probably be coming out, so
All right.
I'd definitely do that in the meantime.
Yeah, I was not worried it was an issue, and the one issue, you know, she came over one day, and that's one, the lady I think she's referring to, that was kind of back behind me, and I bought the handheld thing, and trying to train and stuff, and I hadn't heard anything else, so I thought maybe everything was satisfactory.
We have those too, and they don't work, I can tell you, they don't work near as well as the beeping.
Okay, well, it's a sonic thing, he does seem to respond to it, the one that's loud. I don't think the old, you know, I'll get them ordered anyway.
All right, thanks for coming in.
So that's for a short meeting.
Fifth item's been tabled.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of animals out there that.
Sixth item of business will be the show cause hearing on case number 2084 for the property located at 1583 Meadow Grove Circle, owned by Robert Henry II. Robert here.
I think Marie's recommendation is the same as it was on the last case.
They
I'll
don't show
second
up.
it. Or I'll make the motion. I don't care. Somebody else can second it.
What is it?
30 days in court. I was pulling a wood on. Yeah, that's what my motion is.
Second. I'll second.
Back.
Yep.
All's in favor, 30 days, or go to court? Opposed? 6-0. Seventh item of business will be the show cause hearing on case number 1874 located at 437 Locust School. The owner is Derek Hesley. Is Derek here?
30 days in court.
Toby?
I'll
Yes.
second it.
All's in favor of 30 days in court? Opposed? 6-0. Eighth item of business, show cause hearing on case number 145 located at 1112 South Jennings Street, owned by Carl and Heather Brady. Hello. Do you have unlicensed inoperable vehicles?
No,
They're all licensed?
yes, they are. For my sons, we don't live on our own property.
How long have y'all lived there?
We moved in July of 2018.
Okay.
We actually left in October, November of 25. I moved out in the country with my father who had dementia, and I was caring for him. He just passed in February. We pretty much stayed at that property, taking over a his home. So my son has been living at our property on Jennings.
Okay.
As far as what's there in the trailer, he's scraps and he's been cleaning a lot of that stuff up over there. That's currently obviously not sitting there with anything in it.
These were taken today.
Well, he might have just got, the trailer was empty, we just went by there.
I was just saying they were taken today. So.
Oh, okay, yeah, well, the trailer is empty, because I had to drop my daughter off there so they could take her to school since I had to come here. As far as what you see in that photo, we've talked about this in the past, the bin that you see that's open, that does not belong to us. The stuff, the trash cans on the other side is our property. I haven't been back there, so I'll have to go back there and see. I haven't gotten any letter. The only letter we've gotten was the last one that simply said we had to be here today, so I wasn't sure what the reason even was. Like I said, we're not there. We don't go there often, so I don't get the mail often enough. So I'm not sure what it looks like back there right now. But like I said, that tote that's there with the lid up, that's the neighbors.
So the property line's right to the
Yeah,
left of
it's
that?
right between, almost where that tree is, between that bin and the first black trash can.
Okay.
So from that tree over would be our line.
So how long it take you to get it cleaned up?
I'm sure we can get it done within a couple weeks, honestly. Like I said, I haven't been back there, so I don't know what's still, you know.
So if we give you 30 days, go ahead, I'm sorry. Do
I'm
what?
sorry, say that again.
Go ahead. You.
Oh, he was saying the last he knew anything, I think there was something, about the yard being tall, which I know that's been taken care of. Like I said, I wasn't aware of the stuff that's behind there.
I was just gonna say, if we give you 30 days and then send it to court, and if you didn't have it done in 500, or in 30 days, we'd give you a $500 fine. Does that seem agreeable?
Be able to get it cleaned up.
That's my motion.
Is somebody complaining about it, or?
The city has their own code enforcement officer, so
Yeah.
yes.
That just go
I'll second
around,
it.
or is it like someone who calls?
No, she goes
Scott,
around.
second it?
She goes around and looks.
Okay.
Got a motion and a second for 30 days to clean it up, and then it goes to court with a $500 fine if it's not cleaned up. Got a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? All right, so you got 30 days. Just be in touch with the office.
Okay,
Thanks.
Yeah, can you do that? If you have more or something?
I don't want that, because that gives them a reason to come out there and.
Ninth item of business will be the show cause hearing on case number 549 located at 1626 Foxmore Drive, owned by Brandon Ritchie. Brandon here.
30 days in court.
Have a motion.
Second.
Got a motion for 30 days, then go to court. Second, all in favor? Opposed? 6-0. Tenth item of business will be the show cause hearing on case number 2091 located at 48 West High Street, North Vernon, owned by Carl Sands. Carl? Thanks for coming in. Do you have any inoperable unlicensed vehicles?
Yeah,
All licensed?
all licensed insured rentals. The white one there is a little more temperamental, it's at 52. It's a little more temperamental, but they all run.
The one that's covered up is
Yeah.
licensed.
You can barely see the white one in that one. There it is. That one's a little temperamental. It's a 1952.
Do you think you could get that cleaned up in 30 days?
I'm working on it. Honestly, the worst part is the green screen is down, but I don't see anything wrong with the what, blue trash cans? The trash cans with lids?
There's a lot of clutter back there in the backyard.
There's that green is down, it's supposed to be up. No. The blue trash cans with lids. And the cover. I'm working on the front porch, I think it's the worst. I'm working on it the most. Try to keep that organized, as it says, trash cans and storage. You know, there you go. Been working on the front porch the most. I'm working on it. Progress has been made in the first set of photos you guys sent.
How long take you to get it straightened up, you think?
Like I say, I'm working on it. I don't, what's the issue with the front porch? Is it okay?
I don't think,
Okay.
to me, the
The
front
back.
doesn't look
Let's go to the back.
bad, it's all the back. And we can't really see.
I can shuffle the trash cans around. The green is a privacy fence, apparently blew down there a little bit. The white picket fence, and the blue is a rain barrel. What do you want?
Like if we had our
What do you
inspector
need?
come out there and tell you what all needs.
Or just give me a few clues what you're wanting.
There's just a lot of old fencing and stuff. If you
Yeah, the
can
old
clean all that
fencing
stuff up.
Is screen material. I have
A
a
lot
lot
of
of
stuff.
furnace
I think if you could get some of that cleaned up,
Oh, yeah.
straightened up,
straightened up and
then I
stacked
think
up.
we'll be okay.
Yeah.
I mean, could the city go by and show them what they want?
Sure.
I mean,
Or,
they
So
turn
like,
it
you
in.
blue, which one, blue
Right,
rain
yeah, I
barrel
guess it'd be the
is,
city.
listed in the
Yeah.
letter. There's a drum or barrel, that's a blue, rain barrel, that's for rainwater in for watering.
So if we give you 30 days, you can have it cleaned up in the back if she tells you what you need to have cleaned up.
Can't guarantee it, I'm working on it very hard, without knowing specifically, the basketball goal's fine.
How about we have her to come out this week or next week, you give me your phone number, have her to call you, and then we'll give you, you know, the board could possibly give you 60 days, and then
I'll make a motion 60 days.
I appreciate that, that means
Yeah.
we can definitely get some work done.
I'll second it.
That, the worst thing is, that's a driveway there, and everything there is stored in a hard surface driveway.
can you give me your phone number?
Any other discussion from the board?
No.
Could you
How about,
please,
how about you just
Yeah.
write it down?
and I don't answer unidentified calls, so if you would text just a minute or two before,
Okay,
this is me, answer,
okay.
I'll pick up.
Just
Got a
write it
motion,
down.
second, all those in favor? Opposed?
Just write it down. Okay,
Answer unidentified calls, so if it's any,
yeah.
if I let you, I'll pick up.
Okay.
Thanks for coming in.
No problem, appreciate that. I live in the little white one, it's a crossing.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
The 11th item of business will be the show cause hearing on case number 822 located at 3112 Langston Way, North Vernon, owned by Stephanie Shepherd.
What are we cleaning up on this?
Mainly, they believe there's someone living in that camper. And we will make sure everything's licensed, that's the biggest thing.
Have they talked to you, or?
No, I haven't heard anything.
Is that at Country Square?
Yeah.
So what do you want from us?
I'll make a motion, 30 days of court.
Second.
Yeah. Did Chad just make a motion? Wow, man.
All those in favor? Opposed? 6-0. 12th item of business will be the show cause hearing on case. Oh,
Yeah.
12th is?
Yeah,
12th, 13th, and 14th?
12th is, third, oh. That's
Sure?
13.
I got a sticker on mine.
Yeah, that's all been dismissed.
Yeah.
So-
Open bids.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
You have one bid.
It's to remove that camper and there's a bunch of debris on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
You got a bid from, is that Allen's Marine? Allen's Tree Service for $1,000, oh, no, I'm sorry, $600.
Make a
make-
motion to approve.
I'll second.
That's pretty good, because this has
Yeah.
been.
Yeah.
All those in favor, 600?
Yeah.
Opposed? 6-0.
You know, if they want to do those, turn our phone off. If they want to do those apartments, you ought to just go down there and put them right by the new subdivision. He's got 8 acres down there. You ought to sell him the 8 acres and he just, that'd be close to the housing.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Better go. Got it around that curve. He bought that from Juanita, right there between her place and
Yeah.
the subdivision.
Well, you guys will bring your sewer out there.
Oh, yeah. He puts it in there then.
What's this order?
Build it, and it will come.
That's just.
Build it, build it. Yep, that's right.
That's on that,
Oh,
that's on that case where you
Yeah.
just took the bids.
adjourn? Motion to adjourn?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Can't turn, I'm still signing
Second.
paperwork.
Tiger, Pat,
Yep,
all those in favor?
Yep.
looks like we got one abstained.
Opposed?
Same.
Same.
Mine.